Wow, that's quite an entrance. Hi, everyone. My name's Elizabeth Irizarry. Welcome. So excited to see so many familiar faces. This is quite a special day. Let's say 7 months in the making, probably more, which is also unprecedented for something like this. So we're here today to celebrate not just a movement, but the launch of the Women of the Future book. And so today, it is my honor to introduce to the stage the creators of the Women of the Future project and book, Sue Rooney, Tarja Stephens, and Janna Salokangas. Welcome, ladies. Okay.
Thank you.
Women of the Future, congratulations. A couple of months ago, it started with an idea like everything, an idea to create and support not just a book, a simple book, right? But to give a voice to you women of the future. We need you in Web3, and I was humbly invited to this project as an editorial board member, which I accepted, and I contributed in supporting this mission, this movement. And now it's just the beginning. There is an event, there is the book, there is this movement going, and Web3 is early on. We need you brilliant minds that create, that experiment, that show us, man and the world, how Web3 is more creative, how Web3 is more impactful, how Web3 becomes more valuable. Thank you so much, and as always, I'll meet you in the metaverse.
Congratulations! You made it to 100 Women of the Future. Wow. Can you believe it? Blockchain is not even 20 years old yet, and we're already setting paths and making waves in this space. And I couldn't be happier to be with all of you. So many wonderful women and men who have been recognized in this first edition of 100 Women of the Future. It's fantastic to know that women are being pioneers, that we're building in this space, and that there are things that we're creating and communities that we're bringing along. And we all have different pathways of how we got here, and we all have several different hopes and opportunities of what this space could be. I just want to congratulate all of you. I'm excited to be part of you. It's going to be a fantastic future for all of us and the things that we're doing. Congratulations, y'all. We did it.
It has been such an honor to be involved with such an incredible project that is aimed at showcasing and celebrating the top female change makers in Web3 and the metaverse, using emerging technologies as a force for good in the real world. I'm so honored to be a part of such an incredible initiative, like looking at all these incredible women from all over the world, these innovators, future leaders, all ensuring that women get their seat at the table. Anyway, I'd like to also congratulate all of the 100 women who have been featured in this incredible project. And thank you for giving me the opportunity to interview some of you and get to know all the incredible things that you've been working on. It's been a pleasure to have conversations around inclusivity and where the ecosystem is going, where the space is going, how to create quality products, create a quality future with emerging tech. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure, and I'm honored to serve on this board.
Thank you very much. That video certainly defines our journey to get us to this point today. And what a journey that has been. Before I get started to tell you about that, I just want to say a couple of thank yous. First and foremost, I'd like to say thank you to our co-publishing partners, Tarja and Janna from Mission Impct. their commitment and dedication to the process is only surpassed by their professionalism and passion. So a very sincere thank you. Many of you know them, and without them, this project would not have been possible. I'd also like to say a very big thank you to our editorial board. You saw 3 of them in the video. Them, along with Anne-Marie Enns, played an absolutely pivotal part in making sure that the product we took to market was fantastic, and their contribution was invaluable. A huge shout out to the Immerse Global Summit team for allowing us to have this prestigious event to launch our book in this incredible Fontainebleau hotel in the city of Miami, who have also supported our project. So thank you very much to everyone. And then lastly, thank you to my team, who assisted me in taking this publication to print in under 6 months. From the very first time we conceptualized the idea until we had our very first advanced copy in hand was 6 months, which is a first for our publishing team, and we're very proud of that too. But today is indeed a celebration. It's a celebration of every single woman that is featured in this book. It's a celebration of the advocates, the supporters, the contributors. It's a celebration of the broader Web3 community and the opportunity that that defines. And it's a celebration of you, everybody who has come out today, who shares our vision, who appreciates what we've done, and is here to celebrate this momentous occasion. So thank you for that. When we set out to start this project, we had a set of 6 objectives that we wanted to address. The first being to address inequality. We've all heard the stats like only 3% of VC funding goes towards women-led initiatives, and we wanted to change that narrative. That was a really important objective for us. Secondly, we wanted to embrace the ethos of Web3, that sense of community and collaboration, and make sure that we harness that to make a difference in the real world, a tangible difference. Third, and most importantly, we knew that there were incredible women scattered all over the world who had great stories to tell, who were doing incredible work in the Web3 space, and we wanted to give them a platform to tell their stories. The fourth objective is one that's very close to my heart, and those of you that know me know I talk about this a lot, and that is about role models. I really believe that it's super important for us to put these women out there as role models for the younger generation. If the youth have a woman or a role model that they can aspire to be and relate to, their path to success is that much more likely. We also wanted to pause for a moment. In this crazy, frenetic, always-on world that we're in, we wanted to pause and appreciate the moment and create a legacy project. We're still in the very early days of Web3, but this book really marks a moment in time, and I think we'll be able to look back on it in years to come to see how far we would have come and who the early pioneers were. And then lastly, we wanted to add our voice to the collective voice out there. One of the questions I get asked a lot is how does what you do compete with other women-led organizations out there? And the answer really is we don't. We believe that if we all say the same thing, that impact will be that much greater. So we work with everybody that has the same vision as us to see a shift in the diversity sector. Harnessing these objectives got us the momentum that within a few short months, we had over 550 nominations. We ended up with 100 women in this project, representing 5 continents, 25 countries, and 52 cities. So it is a truly global book. And their stories and their contributions to this project allowed us to create this true convergence of online and offline channels. We have this beautiful premium hardcover book, and I think a lot of you have seen it, and if you haven't, I encourage you to get your hands on a copy. It's a tangible output of all this work that we've put together that will last forever. It's not just a book, though. It's also embedded with augmented reality video, and running in tandem with that book, we have an interactive 3D book that is metaverse ready. We have an ebook. We had an interview series hosted by the lovely Elizabeth Irizarry, and we had an NFT. But most importantly, we have this IRL event today that's real people in a room celebrating how far we've come. I had the enormous privilege of interacting with and speaking to every single person who contributed to this book, and that really was a privilege that I appreciate, and I thank you all. And to tell you a bit more about that, I'm going to hand over to Tarja.
Thank you. Women of the future. It was 7 months ago when there was an idea that we need to shine a light on 100 women around the world who are building, pioneering in the Web3 and metaverse space. What an honor. And when we really started reaching out, we realized that this is so much more than a book. This is a movement, this is about community, this is inspiration, this is about innovation. And what these women are now sharing to the world, and they are building a legacy that it is embedded in this book. So it was amazing when we started the project, and it is a celebration of all these women and their voices. I would like to take a moment, because that idea is now, after 7 months, it's now reality. Here we are in Immerse Global Summit celebrating all of you. So nothing would have done if the community would have now come together. So I would like to now ask all the women who have been part of the book, please raise to be acknowledged, have a round of applause, and we will be celebrating this. Please, if you would be able to stand. There is so many who couldn't make it, and these are some of the stories that we were able to say. Aisha was the most nominated, 18 nominations among the women that she received. Cecilia, she is using technology to really embed the technology for the better, for the good. She has been making incredible impact all around the world and being featured. We had a Judith, who is one of our leadership program, and she is now innovating and really educating women in Nigeria, women, young girls, and really hoping to see how we can unlock economic opportunities in her community. And we had so many incredible men allies. We had a Carrie Jordan here among us who supported us. And these are what we need, coming inspirational stories, and we have incredible women, but also we had the youngest of the women was 14-year-old Layla from India, who was doing NFT projects. So this would have never happened without all of us coming together as you women and bringing this together, like Sue said, in 6 months. So congratulations to all of you, and I absolutely would love to see all of you in a celebration the next 2 hours to meeting these women when we move from here, from the main stage. But now, my inspiration and my co-founder, Janna.
Thank you. You're my inspiration. You're my inspiration. Thank you so much. What a moment when you stood up, and this is what we have been waiting for and built for. If you have a look at the book, the cover of the book, so yes, it said Women of the Future, and we all know that, but it also says Volume 1, which means this is a day one for us, and we will continue. We all know that this is beyond a book. This is so much more. This is a community. This is a group of compassionate, passionate women coming together, really driving impact and, sharing and learning from each other. And these conversations that we've been hearing throughout the week here during Art Basel, during the Immerse Global Summit, when these women has connected already and how can I serve? What do you do? What do I do? What can I bring to the table? It's all about giving. And this is the beauty of it. This is so much more than a book. I think it's how can we serve, what can we give to each other as women of the future. As I said, this is the Volume 1. We are figuring out together with you, inviting you to co-create and collaborate what the Women of the Future will look like. What will Volume 2, what will our community, what will our events and future activations look like? And we cannot wait to continue the discussions at our book launch when we go there from here. But thank you so much all for coming here and sharing this very special moment with us today. Very grateful. I think it's time to introduce our keynote speaker, an amazing leader who is a part of the Women of the Future book, Dr. Loretta Chen. Welcome.
Hey! Hi, everybody! Good afternoon, Miami! Hey, can we get more of you to come up to the front? It's nice to have a community, and it's nice for some of you to, turn around, make friends, shake hands. I think that's really what it's all about. So come over here if you can. We also actually prepared a bunch of slides for you, but it's not happening. So having said that, we're going to wing it because that's what us women do, right? If the going gets tough, the tough get going. Yes. Yes. Okay, so really good afternoon. I'm delighted to be here amongst power women, generous allies, future collaborators, and of course, make some noise for the women of the future, people. Woo! So I'm really humbled to be here. I am the co-founder of Smobler Studios. We're the first investee studios of The Sandbox. Anyone here heard of The Sandbox? Yeah, The Sandbox is right now currently the biggest open metaverse, and we have onboarded brands like we have from the World Cup series. We have Nima, we have Son, we have Figo that have onboarded with us. We also have the Food Bank. We also have the biggest banks in Asia that we've onboarded onto the open metaverse. And we are currently growing and expanding. We're headquartered in Singapore, but we're building out our businesses in Canada and Bhutan and Japan, as well as in Brazil and in Africa. So if anyone wants to talk to us, join us, let me know. But first off, how are we doing this? And I'll tell you the secret. It's because we are women-led. Can I just have a big round of applause for that? It's women-founded, women-led. And what we really try to do with our team has really grown out, is that we really try to tell great brand stories. We're forming firm partnerships. So again, if any one of you want to talk, you want to get into the metaverse, please come speak with me. And we've become trailblazers in the scene. I'm just checking and making sure that I've got my 5 minutes. We've become trailblazers in the scene, really creating out really interesting IPs from Cobbleland, which is creating like a world's first expo. We also have land that has been our custodians have given us land, Octavia Foundation. So if any one of you want to come on board the metaverse for free, as long as it's a good cause, come and speak with me. We definitely want to onboard you as well. So having said that, again, we've also raised a $1 million Metaverse for Good scholarship fund. If you know friends of friends that are based out in Asia and ASEAN, let me know, because it's a $1 million Metaverse for Good scholarship fund, and we really want to skill up the next generation of thought leaders, change makers. So again, that's something that I'd love to have a conversation with all of you about. In the next couple of minutes, I'm just checking for time. Before we bring on our panelists and before we share more good news, I unfortunately want to be the bearer of bad news. I think you've heard our speakers speak before, but I think we're all here because we truly believe that a metaverse for good has to be built out not just by men, but also by us women. Because currently, less than 10% of Fortune 500 CEOs are women. Only 17% of VC funds are going to us women. About 15% of VC partners are women. So this means there's a lot of work for us to do. And further, the organizations that are currently shaping up the metaverse, such as the Open Metaverse Alliance in Web3 or the OMA3, 90% of these leadership roles are actually held by men. Again, no offense to men, we love you. We know that you're all allies here in the room, but we definitely need more representation. So currently, women still represent a minority in the metaverse economy in both entrepreneurial capital, and CEO roles are still reserved for men. But there is a silver lining. I'm always checking for time. A research by McKinsey reviews that women are more likely to be on the metaverse. In a survey of about 450 female executives, 60% report that they are already starting initiatives in the metaverse. Anyone here starting initiatives in the metaverse already? Yes, great, come speak with me, I'd love to connect. Women are also across the board 20% more likely than men to implement metaverse-related strategies for employee learning, for product innovation, and I can attest to that because I get front row seats, and most of my clients are women. So that is why I'm immensely grateful to our partners, to forward-thinking partners like Mission Impact that is leading change and creating these leadership programs, even though I know that it's tough to get started, but they're doing it. Can we give them a big round of applause, these ladies? It's phenomenal what they're doing, and look at what they've achieved here. We also want to give a big shout out to Global Village Publishing. You just heard from Sue with the amazing accomplishment of the book. And also, I want to obviously thank our investors, the Sandbox, because they are also very, very supportive of women initiatives. So go check out their initiatives, such as like the World of Women Museum and Galaxy. And finally, for us here at Smobler Studios, for next year's International Women's Day, we are pledging to create an international initiative where we want to get girls to Voxel. So if any one of you want to join our initiative, again, come and speak with me. I'm happy to give you my name cards. I'm happy to exchange contacts. Finally, I really want to say that the greatest promise of the metaverse is not just about twerking in different colored sequin skins, but really I think that the greatest promise of the metaverse is in the creation of meaningful engagement and employment for your sons and your daughters. So I really hope that as we push the frontiers of technology, that we deepen our connection to society and co-create a better, more equitable metaverse. Thank you so much, Women of the Future. Thank you so much, Miami. We'll talk soon. Thank you.